And Trump's also blasted Mexico's president for rejecting his proposal to send US troops to Mexico, accusing the president of rejecting this to help thwart the illegal drug trade because she's so afraid of the cartels that she can't even think straight. Let's take a listen.
So Mexico is saying that I offered to send U.S. troops into Mexico to take care of the cartel. She wants to know, is that true? Do you think I'm going to answer that question?
That's why I'm asking. We'll see.
I will answer it. It's true.
And why would you do that?
Because they are horrible people that have been killing people left and right, they've made a fortune on selling drugs and destroying our people. We lost 300,000 people last year to fentanyl and drugs. They're bad news. Yeah, that's true. If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in and do it. I told her that. I would be honored to go in and do it. The cartels are trying to destroy our country. They're evil. And, you know, we had 300,000 people die last year from fentanyl and all of that. We had millions of people brought into this country that shouldn't be here. The cartels brought them in.
Emily, what do you make of the president's comments?
His relationship with Claudia Sheinbaum so far, President of Mexico, has been one of the best relationships, especially among the crucial relationships that Donald Trump has with foreign leaders, because Sheinbaum herself has handled it very deftly. She has been very respectful of Trump, and he, in return, has been very respectful for her. And the relationship has, over the course of these first 5 months of his presidency, been mutually beneficial in a way that we have not seen, most particularly with Canada, but also with the UK and the EU. So it doesn't behoove either party for this rift to be blown up into something much bigger. So Sheinbaum is going to have to be playing this very carefully. Trump, on the other hand, whether this is back-channeled through ambassadors and diplomats, has to understand that Mexican politics, the question of sovereignty, is really critical for Claudia Sheinbaum to continue hammering. She needs to look like she is honoring the sovereignty of Mexico and is not letting the United States trample on Mexico for her own political sake. Now, the other important point, though, is Donald Trump is right. Mexico is essentially a narco state. And for Mexico to be on the border of the United States is also not good for the United States. So he needs that relationship to be strong as well. And as he might say, he really has the cards in this one, though Sheinbaum can be a real boost to his efforts to seal the border and keep America safe as well.
Finally, Emily, we have to speak about Kamala Harris because Senate Democrats are said to be divided over a 2028 comeback by Kamala Harris after she lost all 7 battleground states, to President Trump. And many say that she could still secure the nomination if she plays it right. Now, we saw Kamala Harris re-emerge last week at a San Francisco gala blasting Donald Trump for his first 100 days and sounding a bit like a candidate again with some word salads in there, of course, but no doubt Republicans would want her to run again. What do you make of it?
Yeah, the White House, Caroline Leavitt, said as much last week. She went to the podium and said, we encourage Kamala Harris to keep speaking as much as she pleases, because she's obviously seen as somebody who isn't a generational political talent, sort of far from it, in circles that have analyzed the numbers and what went wrong in 2024 here in D.C. Kamala Harris actually did not even make it to the famed Iowa caucuses when she ran in the Democratic primary in 2020. She is not a particularly talented politician. I will say this does depend partially on who she is running against. It's possible that the Republican field, we have absolutely no idea what happens with Donald Trump and who he appoints as his heir. We don't know. And so it's possible if she's up against somebody that she can convince the country is the lesser of two evils, then maybe Kamala Harris could potentially stand a chance, but she would first have to get through what's already shaping up to be a very crowded Democratic primary, and that in 2028. And that just, it seems unlikely that she would be the standout candidate for voters from any of that at all. It seems funny, actually.
It certainly does. Washington, D.C. correspondent at Unherd, Emily Jashinsky, it's so great to speak to you again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.